Hello and welcome to this small channel. This is my first video on talking about the world of airsoft. So these are toys. I was asked by a friend of mine who is very influential in the airsoft world, does all the competitions, travels a lot, things like that. Would I start making videos about these? And I didn't want to do it at first, but he convinced me just to have a go. So this is my first attempt at it. I do videos, but I've never done videos about airsoft in particular. Now, this is mine. I'm going to show you the collection I've accumulated over even a short period of just a couple of years, believe it or not. Because the airsoft world fascinates me. It really does. There's parts of it that frustrate me, especially when I hear certain comments of people saying it's realistic, it's got to be there. Yeah, I understand, and I understand the enjoyment of it. But when I come across somebody that is carrying, let's say, 6,000 BBs and he's saying it's realistic, it does throw a bit of a tangent to it, but I do understand of it. So I'm from a different perspective of it. I look at it that you should only able to have so many BBs to go into a competition, or if you're going to go up against somebody or a team on a team, you should be ever limited to what you're to carry. So that's me just being open and out there. Everything else I love to bits. Now this is one of the first guns I actually got. This is the BLE. This was the XPD Compact. This is called the Black Leopard. Now, I did notice that it comes under different names depending where you can get it in the world. But there's the Black Leopard, I'm sure you can see. And it is quite a popular backup weapon, they say. When you look at the measurements of it, that's about it. It's about 17, just over 17 centimeters. And there you can get it again. It's just about 12 centimeters high. It is quite a hefty gun. The only thing I have a bit of a problem with, yeah, you can hear it's quite rattly. It's a very good weapon in the case of when you're involved as a backup, or if you're like some people say sniper. You've got magazine. Again, it only takes about 17. The thing is with the rounds is I've noticed if you force all the rounds in, it can actually dislodge quite simple when you actually, shall we go, rapid onto something, on a target. It is pretty good. There is no actual, shall I say, weakness to it. It's quite a strong gun. You can actually see also certain elements to do with it. You've got the double trigger, you've got the safety element. So it is quite good. Again, it has the double release catch, which I think is quite handy, the ambidextrous. If, depending what you're doing or depending what kind of situation you're in, will actually help you, obviously, get away or reload or change mags quite quickly. Again, no rounds in it, i.e. BBs at the moment. So again, bit of gas. And it does obviously do the actual rear when it is out of ammunition. Now, the thing with this one is, it is quite tricky, believe it or not, because you've got this little lever, you have to push it up over there, and then if you watch carefully, it has a bit of a click as it comes off. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people far more experienced out there than me that will be able to explain to you that perhaps that needs oil, or it needs loosening or type. You can actually see in there. You've got, obviously, all your working parts. You've got, it's a basic system. Again, they say that it's mirrored on the real. I will argue that, but that's just me being petty, but I'm trying not to be. Then you've got your spring. There is quite a good system to it. It is quite strong. I'm not going to start stripping it too much, as you can see. But it is, I've kept it quite clean. The one thing I will say if you purchase this one, I noticed talking to people about this, where the spring comes out here, when you pull the spring back, if you don't pluck it back in exactly, okay, some people have said they've put it in a bit of an angle like that, it's caused issues. If you don't click it back in exactly to where it's supposed to be, it can actually cause you just a small degree of problems, i.e. it will misfire. Not a bad weapon. I always say this to people. It's pretty good. It's not, I mean, I like it. It's a small backup weapon. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Again, very simple. Oh, let's get that back. Again. So there's nothing really, let's just say, of an issue to it. Again, like I said, we've got the double trigger. quite a good weapon. However, now, watching a lot of other people that are far better in this game than me highlight that they have said it is down to the tightening of the system inside, some of the areas of the connectors. You can tighten it, etc. I've had a good look at this one, the XPD. I can't find it. I will say one thing though. I think it's a really good looking pistol. You do have to adjust your holster if you've got ammo rack or anything like that. It's a tight holster, plastic holster. You do have to adjust it to make sure it fits in okay. What I've done with mine, I've also added a little bit of a laser. £20, not a problem. Stick it in. Zeroed it as easy as possible, and it's been fine for me from there. So let's have a look what it does on my small range. So this is my small indoor range that I've created. It is approximately just over 3.5 meters, verging on 4 meters. Probably doesn't look it from the angle of the camera. What I've done is I've just put a small cardboard box at the bottom, put some targets on it just to reiterate. I will say about these magazines, they are pretty difficult to put the gas in unless you take obviously the ends off, which can be a bit of a problem if you're in a competition. Again, as I always use my phrase, so if I say again too much, I do apologise. Okay, and let's just see what you think. Again to the rear, which is quite good. Now, if you noticed, 1 or 2 did bounce off, and it is quite a sturdy cardboard box, but it should really go through quite easily. I'll try a bit of a rapid one, and if you can notice, there's a little small pin right here at the back, and that's extracting fast. That's basically a firing pin. It's to simulate, obviously, as well, the real thing. Now, if you've noticed, I am out, but it didn't hold back, and that's sometimes because of the hop system needs adjusting all the time. The gun, good weapon, new mag, easy to cock, great backup weapon if you want to key seal it yourself, and bit of a lodge. If you not notice, there was basically, as I was firing rapid, one of the BBs did accidentally dislodge. So you've got to go through, change mag again. There she goes. Stopped again. So sometimes if you go too fast with it, it will lodge like so. So I'm going to change that magazine now. See if I can go for a fresh one. See if it is just the gas in that magazine. Point it down. Once more. And it could be down to the coldness of this garage. Am I using the right gas, etc.? But if this was a competition and you had this as your backup, all I'm saying is, which I wouldn't use as a backup, even though I think it's a great little weapon, complications again with the magazine. Now, that's down to me. I'm going to have to go and adjust the hop to basically see, right, okay, then where is it going wrong? What is the mistake with this? But do not think that this weapon isn't a good weapon. Now, I got this from Skirmish in Bangor, County Down here in Northern Ireland. And I only shop in areas within Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland. And I'll go through each pistol or rifle that I've purchased from each shop just to give you a bit of an idea what I like. Thank you for watching. I hope this was of interest. Stay safe what you're doing. And there's an idea of some over of the pistols I have. Bye for now.